Continuing with the cloning of the color switch game in Unity. I'm going to present my screen and let's take a look at it. Right. So here is what we have so far in Unity. I'm going to press play and we see that we have the ball. Let me zoom in so that it's easier to see. We have the ball. I can move it. I can switch color by taking the color switch. I'm going to go through the red. I can pick up the point and my score gets up. Now I should have died here. And the color should change color here. So I'm at red. And now I'm at yellow. Okay, so I can only go through the yellow. Okay, ready, good, all right. And as you can see now, everything seems to be working just fine. So the next step is to create the actual graphics. Okay, so I'm in blue. I'm just going to stop here. And the next step is to create the user interface. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right away. To create the user interface, I actually added some menu items here. As you can see in my menu folder, I have a bunch of menu items. I can just right-click and do Reveal in Finder so that you guys can see them. Here they are, the menus. I'm going to zoom in. All right. So this is some menu items that I've already had because I created them for another game. And there's the play button. There's like remove ads so that we can add in-app purchases, restore ads, remove the sound or add the sound, post on Twitter, game over, the instructions, and then a bunch of reward badges, and also the score for the game over screen. Then just to start, it does a new high score, and then the actual title, color switch. I did this in Photoshop. It takes no time. It's just some regular text, and I added 4 different with a paint bucket. I just painted the two O's with the blue, red, green, and yellow colors. All right, so back to Unity. What I want now is create the main menu to start the game. So inside of my canvas, I'm going to add a new panel. Right-click, create a UI item. That's a panel right here. As soon as I do this, I see it's starting to become a grayish area. And the reason why it's grayish is because there's a layer on top of it, which is the panel. And I'm going to rename that panel to panel or main panel, okay, so that I know what it is, main panel. And now what I'm going to do is add the items to it. But before I do so, I want to change the actual size of it. Instead of, I'm going to add some left and right a little bit so that it doesn't take all the space. So for the left, I'm going to put, let's say 20, top 20 as well, then the right 20, and the bottom 20 as well. Okay, so I do have the menu, but it's not taking all the space. And make sure it's centered. It should be centered by default. If not, click on centered and centered with the Alt or Option key down. Good. All right. Now that I have this, the next step I want to do is add the buttons inside of it. And to do so, I'm going to locate the play button. Here is the button play. And I need to, right now it's just a sprite, so I need to create an actual button. Inside of the main panel, I'm going to right-click and add a UI element called the button. And here it is. And now I'm going to rename the button to button play. Button play. Right. And I'm going to remove the text inside. I don't need it, so I deleted it. And I'm going to change the source for the UI sprite. I'm going to click here and locate the play button inside of the assets. Play. Here is the button play. All right. So I'm going to click there, and now I have the button play. It's totally distorted, but that's not the problem. To have it right, I just need to change the width and the height. So I'm going to put, let's say, 80 by 80. Okay, and now we have a pretty nice play button. We can make it bigger or not. It's up to us at this point. I think I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Let's go with 100. All right, so we know we have a play button. Cool.